Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we got to talk Real Housewives of Atlanta for a couple of reasons, y'all. They are dropping these clips, these preview clips for the next episode. Like get us out of here. Like get this season out of here. We need this season to end as soon as possible. The ratings are lower than low. Let's just push it out. I mean, the clips came out yesterday. And I talked about a portion of the one clip. I didn't even get into the Kelly clip because for what? Because for what? I don't know what that's about. I'll wait for the episode for that. I didn't even bother watching it. In this video, we need to talk about, there was a clip of Angela Oakley inviting Porsha over to her rental house that also featured Angela Oakley's oldest child, who secretly got married. Angela Oakley confirmed that her oldest daughter did in fact get married to a woman and hid it from her mom, said that her mom's a helicopter mom and everything else. I think there's more to the story there because you just don't up and hide a whole marriage, y'all. But I think there's more to the story. Nonetheless, Angela Oakley, she invited Rihanna's on my brain, invited Porsha to her rental house, and they were playing tennis and everything else. And Angela was like, there's no way I am inviting somebody who said that they could bleep my husband to my real home. No. Not gonna happen. We saw what happened with Fallon and her and Simon and everything else. You can come to the rental property and I'll make sure my kid is here, right? So we'll play tennis and everything else. And it started off kind of good, and then it just got goofy after a while and everything else. Angela was like, Portia's probably shocked that Big Bird can play tennis, but, I'm looking at Snuffleupagus. Why can't I ever say Snuffleupagus? Is struggling out there. And I was like, see, this is the fun shade that I miss from Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the fun shade that I enjoy when it pertains to Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the type of energy and everything else that I'm on and everything. So, but I'm guessing that this is going to be the scene, because the scene cuts off. I'm guessing this is going to be the scene where Angela tries to set up that Porsha is not a good friend to Shamea and all of this and all of that. And Portia's going to have this confused look on her face. And here's the thing. So I've been watching these episodes, y'all. And I know some of y'all disagree with me about the quote-unquote Porsha and Shamea fallout, and it may or may not be real, right? We'll wait and see, right? But I'm looking at it from this season alone, right? I'm looking at all of the things, quote-unquote, Porsha has done to Shamea, and Shamea is still all up in Portia's face. Still all up in Portia's face. They're sitting together on flights to these cast trips. They are FaceTiming each other every time there's an event to go to. And this is after Porsha showed up 3 hours late to Shamea's birthday. This is after Porsha made the comment that Shamea's song sounded like Drew Sidora. And they even left together in the Rolls Royce after the fact. This is after all of these things. So I say all that to say, Porsha, in her reaction, it might seem like, oh, okay, now we're just gonna set up this storyline. Like, we're just gonna bring up this storyline out of the blue, or whatever else. Because if Shamea really felt this way, there's been 9 episodes already. There's been 9 episodes of the show. Why hasn't Shamea said anything? We've at least even seen Porsha and Drew have words, about the whole filming with Dennis and everything else, and working with Dennis and all that. We've at least even seen that, but they're really trying to drag out this, Shamea and Porsha thing, and that's why I just feel like I'm gonna take a wait and see approach and see how this pans out. So with that being said, Shamea was on the Ricky Smiley show, I believe, because I saw Gary with the T and I saw the Brat for Cinco de Mayo. So Shamea had basically had food, brought in catered food, had a whole Cinco de Mayo get up and everything else, brought them these shot glasses that I guess were edible that she was pouring. Well, I'm guessing tequila that she was pouring into them. And so they said, what's the good, bad, and the ugly of finally being a peach holder? And so she said the good is, things such as she can promote her music and launch her music career. And then she said the bad is, unfortunately, her daughter Shiloh has still, had some, developmental delays, had the 12 surgeries. However, she said it had been some time since Shiloh had surgeries, but she said some of that fallout she had to deal with on the show. Then she said the ugly is her friendship with her best friend. And her best friend, I'm assuming she means Porsha. And basically made it seem like everything is Porsha's fault for their fallout. Now, this is where I know I'm going to get some mixed reviews from y'all in the comments. I already know. And it's okay to disagree, y'all. It's okay to disagree. We don't have to be up in arms about it, y'all. I just have my opinion. But here's what I'm noticing, right? Shamea, when they dropped that introduction to her and y'all saw her big house and everything else, everybody was like, this is what housewife is supposed to be. It's supposed to be class, elegance, rich. You got money, da-da-da-da-da. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is still Porsha's childhood friend. This is still somebody that has been best friends with Porsha for years. And there have been several occasions where everybody just looks at the things that plays out on the show that Porsha does, but nobody pays attention to some of the behind the scenes stuff, to where Shamea will also be present in conversations, whether it was Candy or Candy Coded Click saying disparaging things about Porsha, and Shamea didn't say anything, or she was laughing right along, or she would befriend Porsha's ops. She would befriend people that Porsha didn't like, or Porsha was no longer cool with, and that she knew Porsha was no longer cool with, who would bash Porsha. And nobody said anything, right? Nobody said anything because, everybody was like, it's whatever, right? Because y'all didn't like Porsha. But I'm thinking to myself, like, if somebody is bashing me and talking crazy about me, and you're supposed to be my best friend, like, listen, everybody's friendship and relationship is different, but you're not even going to speak up for me. You're not even going to defend me. But maybe it's payback because Porsha didn't say anything when, Phaedra was alleging that Shamea and Candy and Todd were doing the, the rendezvous together. Allegedly. But none of the less, y'all. In comes Shamea and Kelly in matching bathing suits later on in the season on their cast trip to Grenada, and they've gotten significantly closer. And it reminds me of when Shamea was upset at the friendship between Porsha and Phaedra, and felt that they were just being friends for the show and that it was an alliance and this and that. But I don't know, for me, if I'm Porsha, I'm thinking to myself, like, this is the same person right out the gate. The first scene I come in to film with the group, she's asking me about, me and Simon and everything else. And now y'all thick as thieves. So, how am I supposed to navigate this? And how can you be mad at me for being cool with Phaedra, but then you do this? So this is going to be very interesting. this is going to be very interesting that Shamea is going to blame everything on Porsha. And listen, the show has plenty of receipts to show, hey, here's all the things that Porsha's done, right? Because they love doing this on Bravo, right? They love breaking up friendships. They love showing conflict and issues in friendships. But I feel like there's more to the story, and I feel like the way that Shamea came in with this messy situation and filming a scene with Ralph, where Shamea basically admitted this was her idea, but she specifically wanted Porsha for backup because she knew it would get messy, and she knew that Porsha would get the heat and everything else for filming with Ralph and not Shamea. So that is the piece where it's like there's things like this where people can be sneaky, people can be messy, and they're not on your radar. But there is a reason that Shamea and Porsha have been as friends for so long as they have. There's a lot of things that are similar to them. Then there are differences, you guys. And let's just keep it a buck. We just don't know all of Shamea's tea like that because she's always been a friend of the show. But if your thick as thieves is long, there's a lot of similarities y'all gotta have. I don't think this friendship is as lopsided as y'all want it to be. I really don't, because a real one would have deaded this friendship a long time ago if it was really as bad and as toxic as the show wants to portray. But I definitely think that there is absolutely more to the story, and and with that being said, we're probably never going to get to the bottom of it. So we will see what happens. We will see the magnitude of this fallout and everything else. But it was just random seeing Shamea in this interview. And I'm like, girl, are you for real right now? Are you for real right now? Because a real one would have clocked Porsha years ago. But you continue to, be in the mix and be this girl's best friend. So what do you want me to do? You want me to be upset that somebody showed them who they are a million times, but I'm not going to say that you're completely innocent either. So there's that. That's all I got. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.